Hey friends, and welcome to the Ode a Beautiful Morning video series. Gosh, it has been a long time. I feel like life has just been going at warp speed for the last week and a half. I've had stuff every single night until like 11 o'clock. Acting stuff has been ramping up, the Christmas hustle bustle, but I'm back now, and I'm so excited to be sitting with you tonight and reflecting on the scriptures. First of all, I hope you all enjoyed the Ben Higgins interview. That was so interesting just to hear from him about his faith and about his life since The Bachelor. I was so impressed with his heart for the Lord, and hopefully you had a chance to listen, and if not, it's still on the blog, so check it out. Right now, let's jump in to the gospel. So, I guess it's not technically the gospel since it's Isaiah, but okay. Isaiah 48, 17 to 18. Thus says the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I, the Lord your God, teach you what is for your good, and lead you on the way you should go. So since it's late, I'm just going to get right to the point. There were really two things that stuck out to me during this verse, which I love, by the way. I love this verse so much. First thing, Redeemer. I love how he calls himself the Redeemer because, and not just the Redeemer, your Redeemer. I mean, how personal is that? How powerful is that? And honestly, that is how I see the Father and how I see Jesus. They have come and set our hearts free from our brokenness, and it's a beautiful thing. But more than that, Jesus paid the price for our sin, our brokenness, our shortcomings on the cross. He actually paid our ransom and redeemed us through his blood, and that is something that is almost impossible to wrap your head around. The magnitude of that act of love. He is our Redeemer, yours, mine, and that is something that is worthy of our praise and worship, and something that we should be grateful for every single day. And because Jesus gave his life for us on the cross, because of that sacrifice and, sweat equity, for lack of a better term, he's got a vested interest in you and me because he has paid for our lives with his life. He has ransomed himself for us. And so, when he says that he's going to teach us what is good for us, and lead us on the path that we should go, we can have 100% trust and faith that he really does have our best interest at heart, and that he is going to, lead us. Because, look at the price he paid for our lives. He loves us. He cares. He wants what's best for us. We can trust that. And I'll tell you what, my life in these last couple weeks have been an example of that. Or not an example, but it's just been proof of that, because I feel like I've completely relinquished control of everything. And honestly, I feel like I've been in a free fall of just giving everything over to the Lord, and He has let every little detail fall into place exactly where it's been meant to. Everything down to the WordPress app updating the night before I needed something to happen with an audio. Long story short, but every little detail he's taking care of. If we just give it to him and trust him, it's amazing. And yeah, I'm kind of fired up about this because I just was having a conversation with my mom about how I feel like, God is just literally, when you give him everything, he makes it happen. And then for this verse to show up tonight randomly, it's pretty amazing. But in all seriousness, time and time again throughout my life, whether it was my ulcerative colitis, whether it was the eating disorder, whether it was my mom's stroke, those 3 seasons in my life, those were when my faith was tested the most. And that was when, Jesus had to come in and completely steer the car, take the wheel, But I can sit here without a shadow of a doubt and tell you that even when you can't see the path, even when you don't know what to do, when you can't know what to do, when you can't physically go on, Jesus finds a way to lead you where he wants you to be, where you're supposed to go, the path that is good. And I think that's what's important to remember, is that he wants what's good for us. And he's going to bring us to that place, to that plan that is good. And it is just our job to trust and to follow and to love him, love others, and love ourselves along the way. So thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you have a great Thursday, and I'll see you tonight on the blog. Bye.